Okay, good morning. It's October 1st. Here on the farm, it's a nice morning out. It's actually not morning, it's almost 11. We're just now getting started milking. See Connor throwing hay. He's here this morning, he's off. Got the goaties over there. Over here, look, we harvested some, this is 58 pounds of squash that we harvested yesterday. Hardly put a dent in it. It's like the third batch we've harvested. We also harvested a bunch of corn, 122 ears last night. I'll give you some. Sorry about the greenhouse, it's a mess. We're in flux right now and the flies are terrible, but here's what, you know, most of the corn looks like. We hung the prettiest. Look at these. Beautiful. That blue corn is so beautiful. Yeah, anyway, see more squash, more squash, more squash. Got peppers under here drying. Anaheims and I forget the Jimmy sweet peppers. Here's the rest of the corn. So just wanted to do a vlog, a vlog, which is a video log, which is kind of like a digital diary entry. And so we're just kind of seeing what's going on today. We've processed the chickens. We did that a while ago. We had some help come out and do that with us. We got one big pen going over here, trying to consolidate goatee girls for the winter. This pen will be gone pretty soon. You can see the barley grass starting to pop up. In here we'll have a nice fall crop of barley. I got to get some of this. This is going to be next year's garden stuff right here, if we're still here next year. Empty chicken tractor. So we did 45. We got 45 chickens. We lost, I think, three or four chickens to various things. Cornish crosses. So we had 15 in each tractor. We got 3 tractors and processed them. Got them in the freezer. Here's another pen in the process of being moved. Over here we got our goatee girls who are not milking. And we kind of had some fertility issues this last season. We're thinking it's because of the proximity to the power lines. We kept our bucks by, but these girls, a lot of these girls should be on the table this year. We don't like to have this many does sitting around eating hay, huh, Hefe? Hefe is one that didn't take this year. Could be because she's so fat. Satyr, we'll freshen her this fall. She'll be a first freshener. Mira is our second oldest doe. Juxtaposed right there, should be milking. Mooey should be milking. We're gonna breed Tricka this year. J-Dam should be milking. Tootie, I think we're gonna breed her this year too. Tricka and Tootie and Mira are the older does in here, and the rest are mid-age. All right, let's see what else is going on. So the big news is happening here. I am so backed up. I mean, I have a ton of video that I got to sift through and edit and release to you guys. But we've had a lot going on this summer. We've had a level 3 evacuation. My wife's pregnant. Connor's working 2 jobs, 2 part-time jobs. He helps occasionally. But let's go in here. This is what we're expecting. This is Miss Naomi. She's milking Jen at the moment. But Miss Naomi was due 4 days ago. So she is expecting any day now. And she's out here milking, trying to keep moving. Hope it'll push something out.
It'll help staying moving.
Yeah. So that's what's been keeping us mostly entertained. We got a tub set up so she can soak in it. She's been soaking in the birthing tub. Let's run through the garden. The garden is played out, but not really played out. Let me explain. So, as you can see, everything's looking kind of, it's probably froze. I think it froze last night, actually. So, and I've stopped watering because we got a bunch of rain. But some things are dying. Some things are still popping out blossoms and trying to grow. We got most of this buttercup squash harvested, and I'm hoping this warm fall will give me more tobacco, because this stuff right here is all I messed up all of my tobacco this year and didn't get it in time. But this is the Prilep right here, this stuff up here. And of course, you got the obligatory amaranth. It's now wild here since we planted it last year. You see all that tobacco. But now the tomatoes and most of the nightshades. I see the beans. They're dying, but they're still they're still coming. And pizza peppers, they're kind of a bust this year. I noticed a little too late that they had some blossom end rot. Not all of them do on there, but if I would have caught that soon enough, I could have thrown some handful of goat mineral down there, and that would have fixed that. We didn't care too much about the pizza peppers, but some of them are pretty good, starting to turn. It's the 1st of October, and we're still, it almost looks like they're vegetating still, but I know they're not getting enough daylight for that. See the broccoli we've let go to seed. Still pretty crazy. Look at the blossoms on it. That's just insane. You can hear the honeybees in there. See, the honeybees are still out. I don't know if you can see them. Little beauty. Got tomatoes invading the broccoli. But yes, okay, so we're unable to keep up with the tomatoes, processing them. We didn't know how much we were going to be able to produce here, and we went for it, and we're stunned at the amount of tomatoes that we're getting. We're processing as much as we can, cooking it down, making sauces. As you can see, all in there. Like, we're not even putting a dent in it. We're actually losing a lot of the Japanese truffles and the black crims, because we're trying to process all the Romas, which are for sauce, which is taking all of our time. And so the crim, oh, these are Apalkas. Look at all that in there. That's insane. I mean, this thing is just beast in it. You can see the mounds that I got under here. This is nothing but our own fertilizer. You can see, looks like the kitty ate a bird there. Yeah, it's crazy. Look at all the Jimmy peppers we gotta harvest. Look at these things. That's just all over. Got some more corn. That was volunteer corn. As I said, things are mostly played out. Here's some more tobacco. It's kind of weird because things are trying to play out, but the other things are still going. Look at this. This is a chicory. We planted this. Yeah, it's in our cover crop mix, and it's strange the places that it pops up now. Anyway, here's my other tobacco. Strawberries, of course. Now see, this is something that I don't like with the, hi sweetie, look at this. Hi sweetheart. Hi. She's shy today, huh? Oh, there's another one. That one was there earlier when I came by. This is a Virginian gold. It's the I cannot remember the name of this right now, but it's a Virginian gold type to mix with the prilip on the other side, so that I have a. Ooh, look, here's a P. That's strange. Get strange volunteers when you do no-till and you chop and drop and stuff like that. See the cucumbers are done. They're like they've had enough. See, the birds have been sitting over them. And still, you could go through and get some cucumbers. That's pretty cool. So as I was saying, I'm really backed up on videos. Like, I mean, I have a ton of video that I gotta catch up on. I apologize for that. So this, I can't even see, this vlog that I'm gonna put out today, hopefully, is kind of, you know, just meant as kind of a checking in. But I will catch up on some video because we got some excellent footage of harvesting, growing this garden. I'm working on a video on nutrition for dairy goats specifically. I think we had a watermelon back here. Which, look at this tendril, it's still nice. Oh, that's not the right tendril. It'd be this one, which is still pretty green. I harvested my last 2 watermelons a little too soon. The first ones we harvested were a little too late. So here we got some more volunteer corn. Looks like that's actually, that's ready. Now this is a hybrid. I know these are hybrids because I planted them. Like, I don't know if I want to take that yet. I don't know. I don't want to. I think I'm going to leave that for a little bit. See, the tassels aren't completely dried up, and I can feel when the kernels are all filled out in there, it feels nice and tight. Still got some looseness in there. You can actually feel the kernels that are filled out right now and the ones that aren't. It stops right about there. These are hybrids between Hopi Blue and, oh God, Country Gentleman sweet corn. I'm just walking through the squash vines because, as I say, it's time to be done. They just want to keep going. Look at this, this is all new growth. It's all an amaranth inside the squash here. There's some beans coming up. I'm gonna pick these beans and save them for seeds. These are the Cherokee Trail of Tear beans. And the amaranth, the goats love amaranth at any stage. They'll eat the entire plant. Sunflowers are doing pretty good. They didn't get as big over here. This bed is not nearly as rich as the hugelkultur beds. But just have a gander at that. Hopefully that bleeds into your day. Look at these. It's very, very large. One of the best smells in the world is the smell of a sunflower. So we got mullein here. That's one thing we have a lot of medicinal wild here. There's mullein, lots of yarrow. What else grows? I can't think of anything else right now, but look there. Mushroom. Little black spider on it. I was trying to imagine what it would be like to be that size in this jungle. Could you imagine hanging out under this mushroom and thinking that you had a little paradise? That's pretty cool. Anyway, melons are done. So that's pretty much what we're doing. We're treading water right now, waiting for a baby to be born. We're harvesting processing, cleaning. We're writing business plans, loan applications, all that kind of stuff. There's going to be some movement on our farm here pretty soon. So this construction here is actually from the last tenants, which was Naomi's parents, and they started building this and they abandoned it for, you know, good reasons or whatever. I'm not trying to pass judgment or anything, but we were kind of supposed to take these blocks down, but we got into it, and it didn't take very long before we realized this is the neatest stack that these piles are going to be in. You can see over there, we kind of started stacking them over there, but they get really broken up, and it's just, it looks worse than this, right? So we still have to figure out what we're going to do with all of that stuff. I think the owners told us that we could sell it or something, but I would confirm that first. So there's a bream nest. And there's a tuna tunes. That's my kitty. So let's go see what else is going on. It's nice on days Connor helps. Take what we can get. As far as that goes, it's just a beautiful day. We could walk over by the corn, see what's going on. Oh, I also wanted to do a video on being a father these days, and I wanted to do a couple opinion videos like that. One of the things I really think are lacking in this country today are fathers. Our fathers have pretty much equated raising children with chasing money, and it's not working that great. So we do what we can to change things, starting with us, right? So okay, so here we are. Yesterday we harvested 122 ears out of here. Didn't really put a dent on it. There's still some in there that's finishing. Let's see. So I was kind of worried about the corn. We kind of made a mistake, and see, I backed it up under this shade, and you can see the height difference from here, and then it drops down. It's because that's shaded more in the afternoon. So we did the shade mistake. We kind of messed up by putting succotash beans in there. Succotash beans are not very vigorous. They didn't do very well. You can see some of them in here, and they just didn't do that well. But hopefully they fix some nitrogen for next season. That's our corn. This is Hopi Blue, of course. That's our main staple. You can see we still got a lot on the stalk in there. That giant mullein growing in there, first year mullein. The second year the thing will shoot way up and flower out. I see my kitty's coming. She's with us. Let's look at these succotash beans. They're a pretty plant and delicate little flowers and stuff. But they're supposed to create these great big white and blue beans. Look at those little things. Let me try those. Wow, it tastes really earthy. Some more pods. Right there. My view screen keeps going to sleep. Maybe that one's done. Enough to show what kind of the succotash bean looks like. They're beautiful beans. Nice and big, about the size. Oh, there's a pot I can get. See if I can do it one-handed. Yeah. See there. Hold on. These ones have no blue on them, so I would say they're not done. They taste alright. Pretty neutral tasting, really. Well, so there's our vlog for today. I've got a mouthful of beans. Sorry. Chickens. These chickens are good. They stay where they're supposed to. I see they need food. Need their feeders filled. Now this is what we do with our food compost. We throw it in here. Now this looks a little hot. I need to throw some more hay in here to mix it up and squish these. But this right here will be next season will be a great garden spot if I can avoid it getting too hot like this. You put too much vegetable matter and stuff in there, like actually all of our food compost comes here to the chickens first. If we don't keep it mixed with enough plant matter, it will get too hot. But other than that, a spot just like this is what that corn is growing on right now. This spot used to be over there last season, and I was talking about the shade on those trees in the back end being short, but also where that tall patch is was a really nutrient hot spot like this. So you can you know, one of the many things we concentrate on here is synergy. We like to do synergy between plants and animal operations, like the goats. The goats are the center kind of, and they feed the plants, and the plants feed the chickens, and the chickens feed the plants, and we really capitalize on synergy here. Like, our operation doesn't look like much, you know, but one of our proving points is just the sheer abundance that we can produce just by existing in this lifestyle. This is all closed loop organic system, meaning we don't import any organics for the garden. The only organics we import, we import about 1.5 tons of hay per month, which is the stuff you see coming over here. And that'll be, like I said, that'll be next season's gardens right there. You can see where this area has all been worked by the goats and the chickens. Now I can do a nice cover crop in there, but I didn't feel like watering this year. It was over 100 for a long time this summer. We had just really high heats. I wasn't gonna keep up with it. But if I were to water all of that through the season, I'd have a cover crop all summer. As it is, without watering, we get one in the spring, and then here in the fall, you can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's starting to turn green out there. So it's coming up in the fall. As soon as the heat drops off, we start getting rain again. But like, if I went commercial for the chicken tractors, I would water that all year and have grass out there for the tractors. And our little 8-foot by 5-foot tractors can go anywhere out there. I mean, if you have to move it around a rock or something, that happens. But so, and then so look at Lacey over there. I don't know if you can see her. I can't see her on the camera. She's right in there. Right there, maybe. I also want to do a video on livestock guardian dogs. Miss Revely drinking milk out of a dandelion straw. Farm kids. Well, I think I've rattled on about enough. I didn't show you Jinx's pen. Here's something for people who think that we split up, we steal babies from mamas. Hi, Jaw. Hi, Jaw. Yep, so this is Jaw. This is Jinx's baby from this year. Jinx is our senior doe. She is my favorite buddy. A1 dairy goat right there. And then this little girl, we named her Mana. The one that's right in the middle there, is the black and white doe's kid. And then the other one is Jen's. But they grew up together. We don't separate. We just don't let them nurse. Hi, Mana. Hi, Mana. And this girl is a sweetheart. She's a sweetheart. Yes. She's beautiful, huh? But we're actually quite amazed. We put these older crop of kids in with Jinx and Manny. And Jinx has been the herd boss for 10 years. So she's been brutal. She's had brutal years. But she's very gentle with these kids. She shares everything, which is really rare. Usually the dominant goat gets to eat first. Yeah. Did you hear that? It sounds like freedom. Anyway, here's the other little kids. All these kids are from this summer. It's just we do 2 groups. And babies. Hi. Just came over to say hi real quick. Yeah. Hi. Hi. Hi, sweetie. These are, wait, those are Jen's kids from this year. So that means that chamois is actually Justice's, which is Jen's daughter. Anyway. Okay. So I'm gonna get out of here. I could talk all day. We got another thing we got going. That back fence there right behind the pickup and hay pen, we're gonna move it back and start working new ground back there. I don't know if we'll get to that this summer or not, or this fall. But that's another thing on the books. That's about it. So I'm gonna post this just so I got a video out. It's kind of like I said, it's just a vlog update. And then hopefully we'll have a string of videos coming here pretty soon as I get enough time to sit down and edit videos. See ya.